I'm going to mention several different sources that I use in my information stream on Instagram. There's Trevor's History Reels. There's Tad Stormer, Sully Dog 2, Jeff Jackson, North Carolina. And for humor, there's Ellie Cordova. Okay, so please take a look at those and recognize that's where I'm getting a lot of my information sources from, my convictions. While you're at it, you should work on your personal connections with people. So rebuild your family relationship, rebuild your connections with your neighbors down the street and the people that you work with, and maybe even your old college roommate. Okay? It's important as we go forward that people have enhanced personal connections with reality and with people that you know they're not terrorists, they're not extreme one way or the other. Now imagine that the electorate is like a wild animal, the great bear from the Seal of California. And every time we do gerrymandering, it's like a porcupine sticking a painful quill into that great bear. Eventually, so many quills, it's just going to go into a blind rage. That's what we currently have supporting the regime change that's going on right now. My hypothesis is if we can ban gerrymandering nationwide, then political violence is going to drop. People are going to have political representation restored. And it's one of several reforms that will take us towards our shared ideals of liberty and justice for all. Okay, so to help make this happen, resurrecting Senate Bill 5335 from the dead 117th Congress, we need to build a social media chain where every little trio of people that go and meet with their congressman is bipartisan and has a connection to someone who can vouch for them and say, no, they're not extreme either way. Okay? So if we can enlist the help of Arnold Schwarzenegger, if we can enlist the help of Representative AOC on the Democratic side as anchors for our social networking chain, that will help tremendously. There are a lot of people now who just have settled into following Old Testament religion that says, oh, just follow the leader, believe whatever they tell you, and vengeance is fine. That is easy, but what we really need is to encourage those people to switch over to following the teachings of Jesus Christ in the New Testament, which is much, much harder to follow. That's where you turn the other cheek if someone is attacking you for your beliefs. That's where you love your neighbor. That's where you care for the poor and the hungry and the sick. All of that. There's no vengeance in the New Testament. And the third, little aspect of making all of this work is none of us are really managing social media influence very well, including members of Congress. So maybe we need to give them a little privacy space when they do their votes, something like a 2-month cooling off period before they reveal how they voted on a particular view. I'm going to close this out by just showing what the heck is gracious professionalism. All right? At a first tech challenge meet, robot teams alternate between being your competitor during one match and your partner during another match. Hi, I'm walking around asking different first tech challenge students, what is gracious professionalism?
Hello, I'm Nancy. Gracious professionalism to me is being kind to other teams, even if you're competing or even if you're on the same team, because no matter what, you want to be treated the way that you would treat others, and so that's what I believe gracious professionalism is: helping people out and being kind, and yes, having that competitive spirit, but nonetheless always being kind to others.
Gracious professionalism means respecting the other teams because you know that they're in the same situation that you're in. So for example, we let other teams borrow our mats. If they want to see our code, we show them our code. We find out things about the other robots and we use that to better our robot, just like other teams do for us.